Hello there, Internet. This is an episode recorded for WriteForYourLife.net. Now, I've literally just got back from presenting at the Clear Channel Ideas session, which was in big old London, and I was there on behalf of the Workshop, the company that I work as a copywriter for. And it was really nerve-wracking. It was a pitch. It was like a competition, and there were 6 different people or companies pitching. And we weren't really that fussed about winning, especially. But it was a good platform. We were there in front of other agencies and big brands, so it was quite important. And I was there all on my lonesome. And the presentation, crikey, the presentation had to be 6 minutes, and there were 12 slides of 30 seconds. So it was very frantic, and it had to be more or less spot on. And the reason I tell you this is because it was, like I say, it was really quite terrifying. It was made all the more terrifying by the fact that they had the live Twitter stream, and it was actually live streamed, so people that weren't at the conference as such were actually watching on the internet, but also tweeting as well, which is quite common. But it was pitched as a Dragon's Den kind of thing. I'm not sure if you have that in the US, but it's where people pitch ideas or inventions to a panel of millionaires, and they sort of make them feel terrible about their ideas. But the idea was around that, and I wasn't thinking it would be that bad, but it was quite tough, and frankly I got off lightly. But there were some quite nasty messages coming in. Now again, my point is, this is quite terrifying. But it was fantastic experience for me, and it was fantastic having had experience of doing similar things before. And I'm talking now about performing my own writing, or even just talking about my own writing in front of other people. It's a huge step to do that. It's a huge step to stand in front of a group of people and talk about something that you've created. And I think that we, especially fiction writers and poets, it's like our writing is like our child or something, and we're so protective, and to speak in front of other people about it or to read it out is it's quite a daunting thing. It feels like you're sort of revealing a small part of your soul in one way or another. But it's very important that you do it, because otherwise you can't get that feedback that you need. You really do have to, as the post title says, you have to be brave and get it done with. And the best thing about it is, once you've done it the once, it means that you'll get better at it the second time. And not only you won't just get better at it, you'll feel more confident about it, of course, but you won't worry about it less, and that's half the problem. I have a very strict routine, and this is going to get unpleasant, but I have a very strict routine. I basically, leading up to something like I've done today, or when I read my own work in public, I have a strict routine of feeling fine, worryingly fine, for several hours or days, and then about 15 minutes before I start to get more or less petrified. During that time I will need to go to the toilet in one way or another. I can't tell you in which particular way it's going to happen, but I will need to go to the toilet. And then, as soon as I get on stage or I get in front of an audience, things turn out to be all right. I just sort of talk and persuade myself that I feel really confident about what I'm doing, and get stuck in. And the only reason I can do that now, although I know a lot of that routine sounds bad, but it'll always be like that, no matter how many times I do it. But the reason that I'm comfortable with doing that now is because I was brave ages ago, years and years ago, and I thought, I'm going to do this for the first time, and I stepped up and I read my work, or I gave a pitch, or I did this, that or the other, and then I did it again, and then I did it again, and of course I was fortunate enough to have set up Words Loud, the spoken word night, which meant that I got to do it every month, and it's dead important. So that's my very short, I won't call it a lesson, because that makes it sound far more interesting and important than it is. But it's the idea that you have to be brave, make that first step. If you're worried about performing your work, if you're worried about showing anyone your work, or if you're worried about just reading your work out loud to yourself, which I know some people are, which sounds odd, but some people definitely are, then don't. Take that first step, be brave, and you will not look back, because it will make you feel much better about doing it the second time, and then the third time and the fourth time. And the best thing is, it feels really good to have done it, and you feel much happier about yourself, and it feels like a real achievement to have got over that barrier. Okay, that's it, and I shall see you in a way next time. Thank you.